Okay, here we go. If you want to use a stick to start, we will be using one a little bit, but if you want to do for the initial prep here, we can go ahead and do that. Don't need one right away. Again, as always, just want to bring ourselves into our bodies. Have the movement experience be from the inside out rather than from the outside in. If it helps, you can close your eyes or they can stay open. What works best. As our body continues to wake up, we want to remain relaxed. Do that by releasing tension with the exhale of your breath. Feeling how well your feet are anchored to the ground, either with or without shoes on. And as your feet are anchored, feeling your head rise to the ceiling above. And if there's anything that you're noticing you need to pay attention to as we get started, you can do that. Little anticipation doesn't hurt. Let's take a few more breaths here. And one final exhale. And we're going to hinge next. So if you don't have a stick and you want to use that now for your hinge, you can do that. Otherwise, we can go without a stick. So again, we're cognizant of those 3 points of contact. We're going to allow our hips to sit back, keeping our chin drawn in, our head up. We're just going to pivot at the hips, allowing ourselves to feel that stretch behind the legs as long as the knees stay straight. And then come back up into that standing position. So you can go at a pace that works for you and go to a depth that also works for you. Simply inhaling and exhaling. Do one more. And if you don't have your stick, you can grab it now. Keeping the stick either at shoulder height or overhead, we're just going to twist. So we're going to pivot and look for something behind us and then pivot over to the other direction, trying to keep that stick right above your head. with the shoulders relaxed, shoulder blades drawn down. And again, inhaling and exhaling as you do the movement. Do one more in each direction. Then bringing that stick down, shaking it out a little bit. Then again, either at shoulder height or overhead, we're just going to do some easy squats. So having the arms in that up position just reminds us of how much we need to keep our body up. We're just dropping our hips straight down. We'll do one more. And then arms down, shake it loose a little bit. We're going to go back to that hinge so you can do it as you did the first time. If you had the stick, you can keep it here. Otherwise, we'll try it in the up and overhead position again. So we have the 3 points of contact, and then we're adding the stick above head as the fourth contact point. Everything else happens as it did before. Hips sit back. We're going to engage through our body, keeping the stick above our head, no matter how far forward we go toward parallel. The further you get to that parallel position, you're going to feel those shoulders engage. Keeping the stick in that position rather than letting it drop toward the floor. It's breathing easy. Do one more. And then give your shoulders a rest once again. We're going to squat with the stick low, so this is referred to as a deadlift. So we're going to keep the stick close to the feet or close to the legs. And we're just going to sit ourselves down and then stand back up. This is really the position that we think about holding as we lift something from the floor. So we're just rehearsing a movement pattern that's actually very basic and very common. So no matter how heavy the object is we're thinking about lifting, we want to use the same movement pattern each and every time. And we'll do one more. Place that stick off to the side. And just some backstroke motion, so we're alternately making big circles with our arms. Getting our bodies involved so we can feel a little bit of twisting and turning with the body in order to accommodate the swing of the arms. Just think about being loose and relaxed. One more on each side, and then we'll reverse direction, bringing it forward. And one more on each arm. And shake it loose. Okay, mostly some handheld weights and a band. If you have that available, you can make it ready for you. We'll be on the ground, as well as doing some things standing on our feet. And we'll be doing these little mini add-ons. So we'll be doing a group of 3 movements. And we'll gradually add 1 to 2 and to 3. So the first one will be repeated 3 times. The second one will be done twice. The third one will be done only once. But what we'll do is we'll compress the rest in between those. So we'll have a pretty intense group of time. Then we'll take an extended break, and then we'll repeat that process with a different group of movements. And so that'll just kind of be the sequence. And we'll see how far we get through all of this. So we'll start on our feet, and we'll start with a squat. So if you want to use weight for this, you can. Essentially what we did in the prep is what we're going to do to start in 10 seconds. Go at a pace that works for you. Start in 5, in 2, 1. Here we go. Nature breath as you move. 20 more seconds left. Ten more. 3, 2, and 1. We'll start with that same movement again in 10 seconds, and we'll add on the second movement. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Twenty more seconds. 5 left. 2, 1. Now we'll squat and we'll bring it up into single leg balance each time we step up, and we'll alternate legs each time. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. So you want to hold that single leg balance, prove that you have it before you put that foot back down and resume the squat. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And we'll go through all 3, starting with the regular squat. Starting in 5 seconds. 2, 1. Here we go. A lot of repetition. So again, if the pace is a little too extreme, just take your breaks as you need to. Drop right back in whenever you're ready. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Squat to single leg balance is next. We'll start in 5 seconds. 2, 1. Here we go. 20 more seconds. 10 left. 3, 2, and 1. We'll do that squat to single leg balance, and then we'll add an overhead press with the opposite leg that comes up. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Lift the left leg, press up with the right arm. Lift the right leg, press up with the left arm. Again, just think about being as smooth and connected as you can with these movements. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Weights down, grab a drink if you need it. We will go to the floor next with our bands. So the bands will place around our legs somewhere at knee height. So it can be just above the knee or just below the knee as it works for you. And we're going to lie on our backs. Okay, so find that position as you're ready. Try to coordinate the camera as well. So all we're going to do is a bridge to start. You can either do a bridge hold or you can raise and lower your hips from the ground. Okay. We'll start in about 15 seconds. Again, bring your heels close. Try to pull your toes up as you drive your heels down. Starting in 10 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. So simply holding the hips up high or raising and lowering those hips under control. Driving the heels into the ground. If you can, pull the toes up off the floor. And then just keep breathing as you hold that position. Fifteen more seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and down. We're going to repeat that same exact thing once again before we add the second one. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Bridge hold or up and down. Same process as we did for the first group. We're just lying on our backs. Twenty seconds left. Five more seconds. 2, 1, and down. As we hold that bridge position next, we're just going to gently pulse our knees. So we're just going to gently pulse. Or you can widen them out a little bit more and hold. All right, here we go. Up and pulse or up and hold. Just want to feel tension on that band no matter what it is we're doing. 15 more seconds. 2, 1, and down. Back to the beginning. Regular bridge or up and down bridge. We'll start in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Really trying to engage in the butt. Using those muscles to bring the hips up as well as driving the heels into the floor. Using that combination together. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And we'll add that pulse next, or widening and holding tension. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Doesn't have to be a big movement. Just trying to maintain good control, especially in keeping the hips up or getting them up. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. The final one will be a hold with the bridge, and then we're just going to flutter our arms as far as we can, up and down. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Bridge up, and as you're ready, start fluttering those arms. Trying to get to the point where one hand, you feel the back of the hand on the floor, with the other hand feeling the palm of the hand touching the floor. Keeping the shoulders relaxed as we work that range of motion. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And gently roll to one side. Remove that band before you get up on your feet. Grab a drink if you need it. So go back to that squat sequence, but right away we'll go from a sit squat, we'll come right back up into the single leg balance. So that'll be the first one. So that's the one we'll repeat 3 times. Okay, so grab any weight you need if you are ready. We'll start in 10 seconds. Squat to single leg balance. Starting in 2, 1, and here we go. And I'll try to be a better role model, not all over the place. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Shaking it loose. We'll repeat that one again, starting in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. Remember, if the pace becomes too much, just take an extra break when you need to. Challenge yourself appropriately. Twenty more seconds. 10 left. 3, 2, and 1. We'll stick with that single leg balance, and we'll add 2-arm overhead press with each time we come up. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Ten seconds left. 2, 1. Back to a regular squat with single leg balance. Last time through, starting in 5 seconds. 2, 1. Here we go. Twenty more seconds. 10 left. 3, 2, and 1. Adding that 2-arm overhead press to the single leg balance. Starting in 5 seconds. 2, 1. Here we go. Fifteen left. 3, 2, and 1. Last one, we'll add single arm overhead press with the knee that comes up. So same side arm with the leg. Here we go. Right with right, and then left with left. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Weights down, grab a drink. We'll go back to the floor with the bands. We'll be incorporating the bridging sequence once again. This time we'll have the bands around our arms. So we'll keep the band around the arm at the forearm level, somewhere between your wrist and your elbows. We'll start in 30 seconds. So as we bridge, we're going to have our hands pointing to the ceiling and just holding tension, okay? If that's too hard, then just keep your arms down by your side until we're ready to do the next movement. We'll start in 15 seconds. Bridge with the arm pointing straight to the ceiling, starting in 10. In 5, 2, 1, here we go. Just gentle tension on that cable or that band as you hold the bridge. Twenty more seconds. Five left. 2, 1, and down. We're going to repeat that same movement. Then we'll move on. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Drive those heels down. Use those butt cheeks to squeeze the hips up higher. And then hold gentle tension on the arms. Fifteen more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. We'll do the bridge. This time we'll pulse with the arms. So gentle pulsing. If you can't do that, then just keep holding tension as you did on the first 2. Here we go. And 2, 1, bridge up and gently pulsing the arms. Fifteen more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. And back to the beginning. Bridge hold with tension on the band. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Keep breathing. Stay relaxed. 20 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1, and down. Pulsing the arms as we hold the bridge. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. As you get fatigued, take breaks if you need to. Just do hold positions if you can't pulse, or if you can't raise and lower your hips. "15 more seconds here. Three, 2, and 1. And the last one as we hold the bridge, we're going to hold tension on the band and then raise our hands above our heads and then back into the up position. Here we go. 2, 1, bridge up, and then begin swinging the arms as you're capable. With your palms facing each other, all you have to do is raise them until you feel the tips of your thumbs touching the floor above your head. 20 seconds left. Three, 2, and 1. Hips down, roll to one side. Bring yourself up onto your feet. Grab a drink if you need to. So the next grouping will involve a backward lunge, alternating back step or backward lunge. And then we'll add on from there. Start in about 30 seconds. Again, you can use weight if you'd like. Don't have to. Starting in 15 seconds, alternating backward lunge. Again, the back step is just a light touch, keeping the weight on the forward leg, and then alternating from there. Starting in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. Be conservative with that back step until you feel your balance and you're confident in your strength. 20 more seconds. 10 left. 3, 2, and 1. And we'll repeat that same movement again. Then we'll add the second one. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Same thing we just did. Twenty more seconds. 10 left. 3, 2, and 1. On the next one, we'll add a press forward every time we come up. Forward press each time we come up with the backward lunge, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. "15 more seconds. 5 left. 2, 1, and recover. Going through all 3, starting with the backward lunge. In 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. "20 more seconds. 5 left. 2, 1. Shake it loose. Adding that forward press now. In 5 seconds. 2, 1. Here we go. "15 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And the final one, we'll add an overhead press instead of a forward press to the lunge. Starting in 5 seconds. 2, 1. Here we go. Stand tall, reach tall. Step back. Stand tall, reach tall. "20 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Weights down, grab a drink, catch your breath. We'll go back to the floor with our bands. And the band will come around our legs again. So somewhere at about knee level with the band around your legs. Start about 30 seconds. And we'll try to keep our arms off the floor on this, pointing straight to the ceiling as we do our initial bridge. Kind of like what we did with the band We'll do it without the band. Starting in 10 seconds. Keep tension on that band. Toes pulled up. We'll press the heels down. 2, 1, and here we go. Either a bridge hold or up and down in this position. Twenty more seconds. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Three, 2, and 1. Hips down, shake it loose. We're going to repeat that same one again, then we'll add number 2. Starting in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. 15 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1, and down. Either arms on the ground or arms up. We'll add a leg pulse to what it is what we're doing. Starting in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. Gentle leg pulse. 15 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Back to the beginning. Just a regular bridge or up and down bridge with the arms up. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Take breaks if you need to. Fifteen seconds left. 3, 2, and 1, and down. Pulsing with the legs this time. Starting in 5 seconds. Arms up or arms down. 2, 1, here we go. 20 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Final movement is a bridge and arm flutter. Bridge and arm flutter starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. As much range of motion as you can create through your shoulders. Be mindful of that good bridge position no matter what. "15 more seconds here. Three, 2, 1, and down. We'll stay on the floor, but we'll remove our bands. Remain on your back. Feet close to your hips with the knees bent. Feet together. Arms out to the side. And then just let your knees separate, kind of like opening a clamshell. With every exhale now, we're releasing tension. We're just yielding to gravity in this spot. And then bring the knees together. Extend the right leg straight out. Bring the left knee close to your hip. Grab it with your right hand. Extend the left arm out to the side and then pull that left knee across to the right. And try and turn your head to look toward your left hand. And we're just kind of twisting the body. And coming back to that neutral position, we'll extend the left leg straight out now. Bring the right knee in close. Grab it with your left hand. Extend the right arm out, pulling that right knee across to the left, and then turning your head to look toward your right hand. Bringing it back to neutral. Both knees bent, both feet flat on the floor, knees together, arms out to the side. Then let both knees gently drop to the right, releasing the gravity. Back to center with both knees. Once you've recalibrated yourself, then drop the knees over to the left together. Again, just releasing the gravity. Keeping your legs there, then continue to roll your upper body to the left and then push yourself up into a seated position. We're going to kind of lean back on our arms a little bit. Our knees will be bent. Our heels are on the floor, and then we're just going to, again, like what we were doing, we're going to drop our knees over to the side. Especially trying to turn that top leg over as well as you can. And then gently bring it up and over to the other side. Just readjusting with your arms as you need to accommodate whatever blocks you might feel. And we're just going to gently roll back and forth from right to left. Just take your time. We'll do one more to either side. And then we'll sit tall. We'll extend our legs straight out, as far apart as you can comfortably tolerate. We're now using our arms as kind of like a backrest. So we're sitting ourselves up nice and tall, 3 points of contact tall. We're going to try and pull those toes back, and we're going to just gently push ourselves forward, making sure we're staying as long and as tall as we can. Depending on the width of your legs, it may not take much at all for you to feel that stretch in between the thighs. But you can play with the width of your legs. You can play with how far you're pushing yourself forward, or any combination of those two. Keep breathing. And gently relax out of that. Bring your legs together. You can roll to one side, push yourself up into a standing position. And I think we'll call that one done. I'm baked. Think you might be too. All right, let's see here.